Alright everyone, welcome back to Master of Command. This is Prophet of the Constitution, and today we are continuing where we left off last time. We are burning settlements. It is Act 3. Things are getting intense, things are getting rough. We did do some customization where I adjusted certain units. I know that these guys are still technically just provincial cavalry, but I got them set up to be cuirassiers because that is what I'd like to do with them. We will see when or how or whatever that shall come about. But anyway, they look fantastic now. We're doing pretty good on upgrades for them as well. The Pondurs are all set and ready to go. These are also just reserve musketeers for the moment, but I also customized them to be more in line with the rest of our musketeers. They are the Troitsky Mushketyorski Otni Polk. Excuse me. I still have a little bit of that congestion going on, so my apologies. Everything is good. It seems to be something seasonal, something going on with a lot of people right now, unfortunately. All four of our grenadiers are set. Our army is pretty well set now. I'm very pleased with it. They look fantastic. They are doing fantastic. Alright, with that out of the way, we're still trying to manage our food. Consumption of 37 a day here in this wasteland at the moment is not very good. And we need more reservists. So, we're going to go ahead and basically rush down over here. Take out this settlement here. Let's see what they got first. Alright, not too bad. What kind of swords do we have? 16 and 16, that's not too bad. Palash swords seem to be the best, however. Let's see, Basket Hill. Basket Hill does have the best charge, though. We have two heavy sabers. We could get some Palash swords. See what else they got here. We do want heavy armor. We will be doing that. Alright. Herbs, yes, we'll do that. That is for sure an excellent choice. Let's see. Powder House? We will be getting the earthworks as well. Be sure to get that. We may get the Palash swords. Let me upgrade our men here first. That's just basic. Alright, make sure they have some cover and defenses. Checking the herbs for our men. Fantastic, that's looking good. They could use better herbs. Alright, they have good herbs. Those guys are locked in. They don't need herbs necessarily. Check the cavalry. Herbs, not herbs, we'll make it herbs. Basic herbs. Good herbs. Alright, and we'll give them this. I don't like that it slows them down, but it will help them survive a little bit better here. Pretty crucial for our means. Alright. Gonna get some food, considering we have to be sure we stay above that. And now we're gonna raise it. Alright. Excellent. Not bad. Cylindrical ramrods, we can definitely use those. Let's make sure that all of our guys are up to date in that department. They are not, evidently. And they are not. We can use that too. Alright. Alright, fantastic. That's that looks good. Let's just check down here to see what is down here. Just to be sure. Ah, yes, encampment. Let's check it out. Unguarded campsite. Normally I do this one because we have Pillager, and I like using the Doctrine, but I want to face that tough enemy field army, so we're going to do that. Nice. Alright, we got some new carbines. That should help immensely. And more muskets. Let's see. Those are all good. Not excellent. So let's see. Excellent land patterns. We'll do that. Do that. Alright, that looks excellent. Okay. Now we're going to take on this army. Let's see what they have. Alright, 4 cavalry, 4 batteries of artillery. Let's see. 5 grenadiers, 1 Jaeger, and 2 musketeers. Alright, so they have a lot of grenadiers. And we will see about holding the line against them. Ideally, we'll come to them, give them withering fire with their grenadiers, and then when they decide they want to join melee and they're tired of getting shot at, we will respond in kind. Let's see what kind of terrain we got. Alright. There is a river on this side. Not much going on over here. We might do that. I think we'll position the guns here and rush across the river to set up a position. That sounds good to me anyway. Keeping the cavalry out here on the far right wing, I think, is the play. Set the grenadiers up so they can go with. The artillery must be up here. And the general. Alright. Who is this? Ah, some of the infantry. That's fine. Alright, because we need infantry to come up here anyway. So they can cover the guns. Fantastic. Alright, let's see. These grenadiers need a little more experience. Alright, move the cavalry over to this far flank over here. Alright. Looking excellent. Definitely believe we're going to get this position before the enemy can do much about it. Alright, moving up. Fantastic. See what kind of armament they have real quick. Alright, they do have some pretty good equipment. No Jaeger rifles or anything. Ooh, look at that. They have some of our guns. Alright. They're okay. Freikorps Hussars. The cavalry's not amazing. This unit is the most dangerous here. Oh, they have cuirassiers mixed in too. Alright. They're fairly dangerous as well. Indeed. Fantastic. Guns are nearly there. Hoping the artillery does not get an opportunity to shell my grenadiers. That would not be ideal. Alright, they are facing the majority bulk of my army. Cavalry is going to swing back around here still. Yet further. Alright. Looking good so far. The artillery is ready. We're going to unlimber them, but we're not going to fire them just yet. I don't want them shooting at the Jaegers. Alright, cavalry preparing to bear down on them. Make sure we're at the right point on the river here. Alright, that looks good. So we can retain the really excellent position there on the hill. And keep that there as well. This allows us to bring the skirmishers up onto the hill and the elevation a little bit as well. Which will alleviate some of the potential danger from enemy fire that they could receive. Which is, of course, crucial. Alright, let's see here. Move the skirmishers over somewhat. There we go, now I can actually see where they're lining up. Alright. Looks good. We're going to position these infantry here. Likewise, they're going to be set up over here. And they are going to be moving over here. Alright. Looks good. Very pleased. Let's see what the artillery is in range of now. Some of them are definitely in range of the enemy. Hit the hussars. Hit the grenadiers. You can't hit anything just yet. Fantastic. They're all opening fire on the enemy batteries. My apologies. Our batteries are all opening fire on the enemy line. Enemy batteries. Yeah. This is not a bad position at all. I'm very pleased with it at the moment. Excuse me. Alright, excellent. I'm doing well. Ooh, they are doing some counter battery. Very interesting. Fantastic. What is their artillery doing? Some of them are firing forward at our men. Some of them are aiming back at our cavalry. Alright. In general, they're moving forward. Fantastic. Awesome. Definitely doing some heavy damage to their lines. Trying to soften them up for our cavalry. Fantastic. Gonna readjust this line of grenadiers over here just to be sure they can respond to the enemy grenadiers if we need to. Beginning our approach. Alright, let's see. They got a little bit of flanking in there on us, but we are doing well. Right, we got to charge those cuirassiers before they damage our cavalry overly much. Excellent. Excellent. We are winning that engagement. Fantastic. And the artillery has turned their guns on their infantry, which is excellent. And we have shattered the enemy guns and cavalry. That worked brilliantly, exactly the way I wanted it to. Alright. Our newest force, they're going to come over here and do some heavy damage. I'm going to have them charge them in the rear. Excellent. We've run off some of their units on the line. Charging them in the flank is going to be absolutely fantastic. Give them as much support as possible. Alright, they're doing very well. Very pleased with that. Their grenadiers are beginning to charge. We will, of course, respond in kind. Here we go. Meeting the enemy grenadiers head on. Fantastic. Alright, they took some damage, but they're doing alright. Bring the grenadiers back. Ooh, they retreated. Yikes. Why, I wonder, did you retreat, boys? What are you doing? Get it together. Get it together. I was really hoping to get you some more kills, and you're not really cooperating with that at the moment. It's not fantastic. They believe that they can flank us without any repercussions or recourse. That is not the case. They are soon to discover that that is not the case. Alright, we'll see if they can even get over there before we're done fighting these musketeers over here. Yeah, no, they're too slow. Alright, well. Did a good job this battle anyway. It's been a very good battle. Very, very good. And finish them off with a charge in the rear. Excellent. Well, that went very well. I'm very pleased that our cavalry did so well against the enemy cavalry and guns. That's extremely pleasing to me. Not bad for the money aspects either. Let's see. Ooh, some pretty good items. Mostly for cash. Those can come in handy. We are going to get reservists just to be sure that we raise that number up. Both for the forts, the encampment battles, and the headquarters battle. Alright, let's see what we can get for artillery here. Combat effectiveness, grenade throw, or cover. We'll do combat effectiveness. That'll work out. Alright, fantastic. Let's see here. Yeah, we can do that. Tulas. I do like that better than the land patterns, to be honest with you. What do I want to get rid of for that? Who needs most charge? They need the most charge. Let's give it to them. That'll work. That'll work really good. Alright, that brings them more in line with our other men. Alright. Speaking of now, we are going to head over to this fort. Need to take it for the objective. Ooh, herd. We'll get the herd first on the way there. Hides. Thank you very much. Both excellent. Fantastic. And now we're going to hit up this fort. Hopefully we will be able to take it very quickly. Heavy fortress. Alright. Yes, we're going to bombard it. Readouts captured on the first go. That's excellent. That's good. Good work, boys. And, of course, now we're going to order bombardment with all guns. Walls hold. Alright. Do it again. Walls breached. That's excellent. We're going to use grenades. Forts captured. More excellent carbines. Alright. Move speed. We're going to do campaign move speed. Sounds good. Alright. Gonna check on our units here. That's excellent. That's also excellent. Land pattern carbines. Alright. Compare. Rather have the 24 seconds. Okay, land patterns have less range but more melee, which is ideal for cavalry. Same thing there in that case. Then the Charlevilles. Okay. We'll give them land patterns. We'll do that. And it looks like they can be dragoons now. Not quite cuirassiers, but that works. Making them dragoons, that's not bad at all. Alright. Gonna head towards this other fort, see what we can do with it. Prisoner exchange. Yeah, I don't really need another infantry regiment or officers, so we'll lay siege. Bombardment. Walls hold, okay. Let's do it again. And the walls are breached, excellent. Now we don't have grenades this time, so we're going to do another bombardment. Ooh, man, they sortied. That's not good. Another bombardment. And they surrender. We did lose a ton of ammo, though. Like half our ammo for the two forts and all of our reservists. Alright. 4 weapons. Those bayonets will come in handy. Let's see what doctrine. Melee, we'll do reload. Sounds good. Alright, so we can't replenish all of our ranks yet. Those light socket bayonets are absolutely phenomenal. That's good. Don't need to keep them with worn bayonets. That would kind of suck. Alright. We gotta head to this town. We gotta burn it to the ground. Also see what they got. They got heavy armor. I think we already have heavy armor on everyone now. For all the cavalry. We do. Alright. We can use that for the guns, though, and we can use the ramrods for the troops. Okay. $65. Let's see. 60. See what else they got. Town square. Nah. Powder house. I don't really want to do that, but the grenades could save us a lot of trouble. I don't like buying good ones, but that might be the cheapest they have. And I'd rather do that than suffer difficult sieges again. That gets pretty ridiculous, to be honest. Alright, let's check our troops here. We'll put the grenades down here. Alright. Artillery. There's that. Cylindrical ramrods. I think we all have cylindrical ramrods. Oh, you guys could use some better ones, though. Alright, that's good. There's 60. Okay. Town square. Sell you some more of this stuff. 110, you say? Alright, that works. Alright, we're gonna get food because we need it desperately. And I don't really want to pay that for reservists, but we really need to keep that up. Alright, we'll do it. There we go. And now we'll raise it. Fantastic. Definitely making our money back too, so it's not that big a deal. Alright, they've got coffee. They don't have coffee though, they need to lock in. They have coffee. Alright. Let's see, are all those excellent? No, not quite, but now they are. Alright, that's fantastic. Now we can move on yet again. See what's up here, if anything. Let's get this little outpost here. Reservists, yeah. Unfortunately, the swamp took away a lot of our reservists again. It's not fantastic. But we'll be aight. Commit some reservists or many reservists. I'd like to do many reservists. Crap, we don't have enough now. Alright, let's do it. Thank God I succeeded. That's good. Wow. Because who knows if it will under such conditions. Alright, let's see. Yeah, we can give that to you. We'll give that to you. You already have a good one. So now we'll start putting them on these boys. Alright. We're going to head on down towards the... Well, no. I think we're going to go up north first. I think we're going to do that. Where's the other forts? There's one up there, two up there. Nah, we got two of the headquarters. We got the headquarters here. We got two of the encampment armies here. We better go south. Alright, we're going to do that. Outpost, fantastic. What do we got? Nothing. Alright, can't use that event, so we're just going to move on. Encampment, what's this? Persuade him or pay him. I mean, we'll pay him. It's alright. Let's see what he's got. Burley, melee in charge, and keen. Okay, that's alright. Alright, guys. We're going to go take out the encampment. Oh, hold on. Let's get this guy. They're running away. I don't want to lose them. Get them first. Battle of Heiligenbeil. Alright, let's see. 3 artillery. Veteran musketeers. 4 cavalry. 2 fusiliers, converted fusiliers, grenadiers, so 4 grenadiers, and Freikorps veteran Jaeger. Alright. Wow, this should be a good fight. They have a really good composition here. Alright. Speaking of which, Armchair Historian, he mentioned that the next update is not going to contain new, like, units or factions or anything. It's going to contain a lot of the stuff they initially wanted to do for the January update and weren't able to. And one of my favorite things about it is it's going to add, like, AI personalities and things like that. So different types of subcategories, like the armies for the nations and maybe commanders and things like that. They're going to fight certain ways. The AI troops are going to better use terrain and cover systems in the game. And they're not going to be baited as easily, which is excellent. Provide more of a challenge. No, they only have iron guns. Okay. Well, this map, this is our usual strategy. We're going to shore up this little wood line here beside the river, and we're going to split our force across either side of the river as well in an attempt to split their force. Part of our force will hold at that river while the other part goes on the offensive. The artillery, I need to face that way real quick so you're not blinding the area where I need to place you. Grenadiers, fantastic. We're going to put 1 unit of grenadiers. Well, maybe 2 units of grenadiers over here. Now we're going to do 1. Well, the other 3 ready over here. There we go. Take that off. Take that off. I'm thinking... Yeah, we'll put these guys over here with the cavalry. these guys and the grenadiers, because I want the main lines to be up here with the skirmishers to repel anything they want to do. Keep the general right here. Works for me. Now the artillery is going to be up there, so I'm going to have them be positioned like so. Alright, excellent. Send the cavalry over. I'm going to keep these guys down here for a moment. General's going to move up there. Alright, we're going to move y'all up here first. Alright, I need to reposition the guns right quick. There we go, so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Alright, that looks good. That's a good spot for the guns. Excellent. Alright, let's move up. Might help if I move the grenadiers up with the rest of the line, so they don't get there late. Usually somewhat wise of an idea to do. Generally. Alright, generally speaking, let's see. Fantastic. We got the skirmishers fanning out. Wow, those guys can create quite the long line, can't they? That's good, though. That's neat. I like that quite a lot. There we go. That'll work. And then for you guys... Fantastic. Unlimbering, but we're going to have them hold their fire still for now. Alright, let's check the best way to set up these infantry here behind the skirmishers. Alright. Excellent. Those lines are looking fantastic right now. Alright. Cavalry have been biding their time. They're going to swing around the flank. Alright, the artillery is ready to fire, and as you can see, the first thing they tried to target right there was the veterans. Let's not do that. Cuirassiers. Cuirassiers. Hey, look, Cuirassiers. And Cuirassiers once again. Wow, isn't that funny? Those Cuirassiers are not having a good day. They just melted in half. That's excellent. That kind of artillery barrage is just wonderful. Move those troops up. Let's see. Let's target the converged fusiliers. Do some massive damage to those guys. That'd be excellent. We may be in range of them now. Not quite. Alright, that's working out really well. Adjust this so they're not running. We're taking a volley, but we are engaging them in melee combat. They're about to give us a volley. Thankfully, we retreated soon enough. It wasn't as much of an issue. Alright, let's see. I need them to move on to these guys. Go with them. Those are the grenadiers. Yeah. All right. Alright, we gotta reposition our men here while their cavalry is getting ready to strike. Let's see, how's the artillery doing against the converged fusiliers? Not bad. Alright. Those grenadiers are charging. Alright. Meet them. Skirmishers fall back. Skirmishers fall back. We're gonna give them the steel. Fantastic. We're going in. They're charging both grenadiers, in fact. Alright, fantastic. Move on to the next. Charge. And we've broken them. Fantastic. Retreat. Alright, now rejoin. Do likewise. See how we're doing over here. How are we doing? How are we doing? Excellent. Alright, Grenadiers still firing on... sorry, Artillery still firing them. Grenadiers taking out the enemy. Excellent. Excellent. Very good to see. Reform the cavalry. Reform cavalry. Reform. Gotta get ready to take on their dragoons. Preferably slow down as well. Alright. I'm going to pull these grenadiers back. And we're going to set the skirmishers up front once again. See, I forgot they're still there, so let's do this. Alright. Put them back into a proper line with one another. Alright, fantastic. We're going to pull them back as soon as we don't need to use them anymore. Fantastic. Alright, we ran them off with the carbines. Alright, Grenadiers need to get back here again before they get shot to crap. Excellent work, Grenadiers. You definitely won the day. That's fantastic. Y'all are getting many, many kills. That's very, very good. Ooh, okay, so the Grenadiers are actually, the enemy Grenadiers are coming up. Alright. Fantastic. We're just going to proceed to charge them in the rear. That's hilarious. Their whole back line is just falling apart. This is not going to go well for them. Hitting the converged musketeers. We're going to hit the fusiliers in the rear. Alright, fantastic. Awesome. Taking them down very quickly, very effectively, very good. Look at that. Absolutely decimated these guys. That was an awesome battle. That went exactly the way that I wanted it to go. Alright, 1156. Not bad for the monies. Decent equipment here. We're going to go for the conscripts again. We need more reserves. Alright. Very good. Those dragoons, once provincial cavalry, eventually going to be cuirassiers. I needed them to level up. That's very good. Alright. Let's see. I noticed riding boots that need upgraded. So let's do that. I noticed an improvement with bayonets. Gonna do that. Santa Cruz is basic, but this is excellent. It's just morale, pretty much. Okay. Alright. Fantastic. Now we have this encampment battle to do here soon. We'll get to that one too. Alright, guys. I'm going to call it here. We just completed that battle. That went very, very well. Right at the start next time, we're just going to gun it for this army here. We're going to take them on, defeat them, and we'll probably grab the outpost and then head eastwardly. Then we're probably going to head up north and then back around west, southwest again until we end up having to fight the headquarters. Thank you all for joining me. This has been Prophet of the Constitution. God bless.